Watch the ride.
Hey everybody, so it's 2019, this is my first ride. Started up right! So yeah, 2019 is here. I have no resolutions, I have none of that. I just do an evolving mindset, and late last year, particularly when that extra work came along, which I've only done about 6 days of so far, because it's occasional and part-time. But it should be building more and more, because obviously I started it as the year slowed down, and as things pick up, there should be more and more stuff to do. But it was around that time that I realised I'd spent most of the year beating myself up over a lot of stuff. Basically, I was worrying a lot about what if I couldn't earn enough money, and then my back went bad, and then I suddenly stopped worrying about it because it was actually happening and dealt with it. Which is weird, that you worry more about the problem than the actual problem. When the problem comes along, well then you have a goal to achieve and overcome. So my sort of revelation, as it were, was late last year. I don't do resolutions because I don't think you can just, fuck me, that is close. I don't think you can just switch things overnight. It's an evolving, adapting thing. It's that diesel. Don't want to go down. Phil 480 did recently, had a little slip on a corner. He's not too bad. Bike's a little bit dented, but it's okay. Sending my best to you, man. That did kind of come out of nowhere. So what have I been up to lately? Well, I can give you basically a final chapter on my back, as it were, kind of. As you know, I said I'd stopped taking the pills, and it started hurting again, and then I started taking them again. Well, I actually very soon after that decided, no, stop taking them. You can't be taking these all the time. They're not doing good for your digestion anyway, so stop taking them. So I did. So I haven't taken them for weeks. And I had a call from a specialist, which I knew was coming, and we sort of discussed it, like, well, there's no point doing the injections they were planning to do because things are improving. If the pills are helping, well then take them, but if they're causing you enough trouble, don't. And he basically said, look, he says, you're a smart enough guy, see how it goes. And I've been put on like a waiting list for 6 months. That means that if I have any severe problems or any problems I want to talk to them about, I can just call them directly and get an appointment immediately and not have to go to my GP and do all that months of jumping through hoops. But the long story short is, yeah, it still hurts a bit. I'm not taking the pills, and I've just got to hope and look after it that it will improve with time, which it should do because it has been. It just takes a long time. So that's it basically. No more appointments or anything like that. We'll just see how it goes. Ew, mud! I cleaned DIVI! Don't make her muddy. It's the first time I cleaned it in forever. I hope you all had a very nice Christmas and New Year. Mine was nice. Mine was actually probably the best one that I've had. Best birthday, Christmas and New Year I've had it in a long while. Because I've been feeling really positive since as I changed my mindset and things happened and blah blah blah. And spending it at Reno, and all the bonuses of, like, for instance, I didn't think that Reno was, I thought she was working New Year's Day. So I was like, oh, we're not going to really get the New Year together as such, because, you know, we can't really celebrate. Well, you can celebrate, but you can't have a drink. But then I found out that she wasn't working New Year's Day, and I was like, oh, this is amazing. I was like, oh, that's sad. So I had a brilliant Christmas and New Year. We had loads of time together, and we've just been chilling. Looking forward into 2019, I'm going to do things slightly differently. I started them early. I had a sort of not a rewind video, I was just talking about why I don't have a rewind video, because I don't really want to rewind last year. It wasn't a good year to be like, look at all this that happened. A lot of it wasn't very good. But a lot of it was great, but I ended up moaning, and it was like, I don't know, just get rid of that video. I don't need to dwell on the past. The past has no influence on the future, other than the things that I've done, the achievements I've made that stay with me. So yeah, that's how 2019 is going to go, a lot more positive. Just own the fact that I do what I do. It's weird, and yes, it's going to be stressful at times trying to make ends meet, but if you said to a lot of people, like, what's your job? It's quite simple. They just say, I'm a blah blah blah. And I'm like, well, I'd have to say, well, I'm a YouTuber and I do social media. Well, I also make metal art stuff, and I also do photography to a point, because that's part of the marketing and the social media and product development, of course, for like stuff like that. And then I also do mechanical servicing work on boat parts, being nondescript. Why would I possibly be surprised that that isn't a completely stable thing? Aha! Ooh, where are we gonna go? I think let's try and challenge. Oh, Jesus Christ, what is this shit all over? Oh, it's salt and gravel. Great. Thanks, that's so much safer. Child. I can work a way back from here, surely. That place there is the first place, is the first sort of, I don't know, was it a date, wasn't it a date? I can't remember. I don't think it was an official date. Or it might have been, I don't know. When me and Reno first got together, we used to just go for rides together, and we go and stop and have a drink somewhere, and it's like, at what point does the meeting up as friends become a date, you know? But we went for a ride, and we stopped there and had a drink. It was in the summer, so we got hot, so we stopped and had a drink, and then we carried on our ride, and then carried on, and that was over 3 years ago. Amazing. And you know, I say thanks to the support from you guys, because with the support of you helping keep the channel going, I'm still able to do this, and that's fantastic, and I really appreciate it. But I think you understand, a lot of it goes to Reno. She's an absolute nutcase, but she keeps me happy. There is kind of a dry line, but yeah. Oh, he's taking her on the outside, you bastard! Oh my god, now it's becoming imperative. Temperature-induced sex change is imminent. Okay, so what else about 2019? What sort of videos am I planning to do? Well, as you may have recently seen, I uploaded a video about taking a wasp's nest apart. Basically anything that I feel like I want to. I am a motovlogger, but I don't necessarily see myself as just a motovlogger anymore. I haven't for a very long time. I just make videos. And sometimes they're on bikes, and sometimes they're not. And sometimes they're about mechanical stuff, and sometimes they're not. Sometimes it's about nature stuff, and sometimes it's not. And I know it's a really, really bad way of doing YouTube as far as sort of trying to grow a channel goes, because you don't have that reliable, steady stream of doing the same thing. You know, it's like a lot of the big channels, they have their whole, like, their introduction to the video, which is set out and is the same every single time, or the way that the hydraulic press channel works, kind of. You know, they found a formula and they just repeat formula, and they even say the same things at the same times. It's like every video has got a templated carbon copy, and it's just the information in between that's changed. And that is what grows a channel, because it's the same, and people want that same feeling. If they get a nice feeling from a video, they want that every single time. And they won't get that from me. Well, Waterlooville is better than Hambledon, so we'll go that way. So expect much of the same. I want to do more build things, like building that rust removal electrolysis bath. I've actually had in mind for a long while to make a HHO generator. If you don't know what one of those is, it's a hydrogen-oxygen generator. So you basically take water, you pass electricity through it using stainless steel plates, and you smash the water apart and you get two hydrogen, one oxygen. You then connect that basically to a torch, and you can have a 4,500 degree flame torch, which would be very handy in the Metalworks and would be very funny to make videos seeing what things happen to stuff at 4,500 degrees. So I spent about 4 or 5 weeks researching everything I could about these things. I now know how they're made, and I've also learned that I wouldn't be using a wet cell, I'd be using a dry cell, which is kind of, you don't need the tank and all that. It's complicated. If you want to know about this, you can start doing the research too, but looking into it, it's something I'd like to do. And then I started costing out, like, you know, to build one. And then I looked online to see how much I could buy one for, like eBay, because these are easy to make. If you had a laser cutter, you can make one of these real easy. And well, as it seems, I could actually buy one for less than it would cost to make one, which is kind of sucky, because I probably would just buy one, because someone's doing a good job out there of making something for a fair price. Why am I going to overspend more to make one myself when it may not work as well? That's the thing, I do want the thing to work. Power. I forget they've changed this. It's completely changed the way it used to be. Where the hell am I going? No, straight over. Nice corners though. Oh, a dead fox. It is! Oh, man! Oh, that was nasty. That's a squirrel! And he's cute. That was nice. What else have I got planned for 2019? Plenty more metalworks. I've still got a resin cast left. I'm going to do some more of those when the weather warms up. Yeah, it needs to be warm enough to make it cure properly. So that's why I haven't done any. I've still got that one bullet cast left, the 9mm one. It's one of the nicest ones. Someone buy it or I'm going to keep it. Yeah, plenty more clocks to make. If you know about the Relay Riders, check them out. It's on Twitter. I'll put a link. Relay Riders UK. They do this organised ride, and it basically helps raise money for charity. And they also do a raffle. Someone in the past has bought one of my clocks and donated it to that raffle. And I thought that had already been raffled off, but it might not have been. But what I've also, the raffle's happening in like May or June. They contacted me and said, "Is there anything I can donate this year?" And well, yeah, I'm going to make a clock for them and send that to them, just as a nice thing to do. And I have a part hopefully coming from another motor vlogger within the UK, which I will be making said clock out of. So it'll be made by me, a donated part from someone else, and it all goes to a good thing. I've got quite a while to get that thing done. I'll probably make a video making it just so people can see where it came from. So whenever I do that, I'll show you. It could be a couple of months away, I don't know, because it all depends on if this part is found and when and stuff like that, because it's not, they don't need it until, as I say, probably April is when I'd probably look to definitely have it to them by. Oh, I should stay here because I don't want to like piss on someone's bonfire. If you're doing something, you're doing a New Year's resolution, go for it, do it. Just see that as a starting point. I had my starting point a long time ago, so that's why I say I don't really do resolutions. I don't think they work so well. It's just because I find that I've been doing something for long enough now that takes a lot of effort to do and can be very difficult at times. I've come more attuned to just have a mindset to deal with doing that thing. Exactly the same sort of thing as how I lost, like 11, 12 stone. You can't do that by just going, oh, I'm just going to lose that weight. It has to be a mindset change. Grip in the winter? Are you crazy? I have to say, as a continued review of the Metzeler Roadtech 01s, full disclosure, I was sent them for free. But when it comes to my life, if I didn't really believe in them, why would I use them? So I'm going to be honest, I'm always honest. I really like these tyres. As an all-rounder, I definitely find them to be better than my Michelin Pilot 2s. Was that what I used to use on Derek? I still use on Derek, actually, to be fair. But then maybe it's because Divi doesn't, Derek's not that heavy, so he doesn't warm the tyres up enough or what, but I don't know. But I just find these are a bit stickier in all conditions, warm up a little bit quicker, just good tyres. If you want to get something else or listen to someone else, then do that. This is no endorsement, it's just how I found them. Oh, oppa, 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 oppa. What am I doing? Who's going to accelerate faster? I think it's going to be Green Flag Man. Go! Green Flag Man is off! Green Man... Oh no! Green Flag Man, you've been done over by a E280 CDI. CDI. A CDI sounds like someone's been hanging out underneath a bird feeder. And I know I'm going to get people saying to me because it's the new year, so when's the Sausage Fest 2019? I don't know. I don't really have a location at the moment. You see, there's a few that I had in mind. People said Goodwood. Ask Goodwood. They'd let you have it in their car park, wouldn't they? No, they would not. And if they went back through old videos, they might find a video of me riding a DRZ with a German on a KTM around the Festival of Speed track, across the off-road part and half the estate, and round the drift track. We weren't technically supposed to be in there, but I hope as true motorsports fans they understand the mischievousness that Supermotos causes. We didn't do any damage or hurt anyone or disrespect or anything like that. So yeah, but I don't think that's a good call. Louis doesn't seem to be an option anymore. I did ask and just didn't get a response, so I'm like, okay, well fine, they don't want to do it anymore, which is kind of what I thought anyway. So whatever, no hard feelings. Thanks for supporting us for the few years that we did it there, and thanks for I worked for you. And as I say, problem person from back in those days is gone. The other options, of course, are Rikers, but the thing is, I have to remember that my audience, a lot of them are local to this area. That's why we get such good numbers, you know, like a couple of 100, 300 people at the sausage fests. Yeah, some people do come from a long way away, but a lot of them are 125s and scooters and smaller bikes and people who haven't come as far, and it's because a lot of them are around here. So to then move the meet up to basically London, almost, it's kind of not ideal. It really needs to be localer. Honestly, I know you're probably going to make some suggestion. If it's some bike cafe or something like that, or something, I'm probably going to have already thought about it, maybe even spoken to them. I've had a lot of suggestions of places and stuff, and to the moment, I don't know. One of the things that I am doing this year is something I started doing since last year, is I do not say I'm going to do something unless I'm sure I'm going to do it, because otherwise then you end up with these people like, oh, do you want to come and do this? It's like, well, I'd like to, and they take that as a, well, I will. And then when you say to these people, lots of people go, would you like to do this? You know, well, I'd like to. You start having a million things that you'd like to do, and then if you do one of them, people are like, well, why didn't you do this? So I don't do that anymore. I just say, maybe, I don't know. And the only time I say I'm going to do something is when I'm actually going to do it, apart from play Twitch, because I'm an absolute git. I remember the video I said, because I said something along the lines of like, oh, because I'm a man of my word, I will play Twitch, and I didn't. And it was basically because I just wasn't feeling like it, and I didn't really have a game to play. I now have Battlefield 5, which I've played the single player, and yeah, it's all right. And I'm now trying to get better at the online. And I'm doing okay, but I need more practice and a bit more training before I start doing it on Twitch, because otherwise you just get getting ripped. So I have bought Wolfenstein, one of those ones, 2. Don't tell me if it's good or bad or whatever. The first one I played had a really good storyline. I'm just going to play the storyline on Twitch with you guys, and that game I'll only play with you guys, so you won't miss any of it. That's what I've come to realise. You need to kind of have your own games and Twitch games, because there's times that you want to play the game but you don't want to do Twitch, and that's kind of where I went wrong. I'm sure anyone who's done Twitch for a while are going, of course, you idiot. Oh, you're a complete noob. Yes. So yes, I've probably forgotten lots of things that I'm planning to do this year. There is something in the road, isn't it, a kitty? You go in, away from the road. Roads are scary. Must have gone under the car or something. I was just looking under that car and saw these little feet going dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. I told you, I can't help but see stuff. Everywhere I look, I see them in the bushes looking at me. It's a 40, that was legal. I'm going to end that one there. Thank you to everyone who supported me throughout 2018, all the people who bought the calendars, they've all sold. As I said, there is stuff on the store still available. Huge thanks to the people who support this channel directly through PayPal and stuff like that. That is my version of Patreon. I have explained why I don't use Patreon. It's for a very good reason. And it's not because of the recent stuff. Thank you for kind support and comments, and liking videos, and sharing videos, and all of the things that you do. Even if it's just watching, and you don't do anything else, and you don't like the videos, you just watch. I know a lot of you do that. Thank you to you too. At least you're helping me earn the ad revenue, unless you got ad blocker on. In which case, well, thanks for just watching. But come on.
If you enjoyed this video and the other content on the channel, please consider following the links in the description to show your support.